Hey guys, how y'all doing? And welcome back to the channel. My name's David and I fix RVs. And today's project is going to be this tanked water heater. This is a 4-gallon tanked water heater, and we're going to install this under the kitchen sink. And this water heater has a cord with it. You have to plug it in. There are no outlets here. But I do have an electrical panel right next to the sink, so we're going to get a new circuit out of the panel. We'll install a GFCI outlet down here and plumb this water heater in. Let's get started. I think I'm going to get the electrical out of the way first. I have to remove this panel so I can get to the back side of it. I'm just going to pull it out far enough to break out one of the knockouts and get a new wire in there. I popped the new breaker in already. This is our new 20 amp. We just need to get a wire hooked up to it. Perfect. We've got good access. Now I'm just leaving my Romex into this flexible metal conduit for protection. I know most people don't do this, but if we were in residential and if it were being inspected, they would require you to do this. So I'm doing it. Well, that should do it. Now the old water heater is not being reused, so I've disconnected the wires off of that breaker. I did need to make space for my neutral for the new water heater. This guy is going to go up here. Let's cut that. There we go. And I'm going to land this guy on this 20 amp breaker down here. I could have used that 15, but I prefer to use a 20. Wire's 12 gauge, so it matches. Oops. Sometimes it's easier to take this thing out of here. Let's get on there. Oops, I think I bumped off another breaker. Let's turn that back on. That was an accident. And after I install the outlet, we'll turn this breaker on. You actually have to take this off too, this little end piece, otherwise it won't fit inside the cover. The side cutters are missing. Having to use my crimp tool to cut this. There we go. Let's see if that fits. Yeah. And I just use that nut and screw that I just took out to hold that in there. Sometimes it's kind of tricky holding the screw there while you put the nut on the other end. There's not a lot of room to fit your finger in there. Okay, let's see if we can. This is actually how they do it in commercial. They use metal for everything. Anytime you're working with a metal box, you do have to put a green ground screw in there. There we go. I always like to cut this wire off to about the same length as my strippers. Could require 6 inches from where you strip the insulation, and these strippers are about 7 inches long. So if I cut them to that length, I have a little extra, and the inspector will be happy. These GFCIs, and well, all outlets, they usually have 2 screw colors. You've got a silver screw here, and over here you've got a gold. Well, then you've got your green up here. Green and ground go together, white and silver go together, and then black and gold go together. So my black's going to go here, and my white's going to go there. We don't have any loads. This is the line side of the GFCI. If we had a second set of wires coming out of here, it would go to the load side over here. They've got that taped off so that we don't accidentally hook up to that, but they actually do say line and load right on them. I don't know if that's in focus, but they always write it on the back. Another way to remember is the ground and the white wire, the neutral wire, are pretty much always on the same side of the device. So you got your white and your ground over here. There we go. Got my white on there, my black on the other side. Okay, that does it for electrical. Let's hit the breaker and test this GFCI over here. On. $122. We're good to go. Now let's get the plumbing started. They seem like they like to do this at the factories when they manufacture these RVs, but you cannot put these PEX crimps on this hose here. It's just not meant to go there. This stuff leaks all the time. Hopefully they're going to stop doing this pretty soon. Now the customer here has decided that she doesn't want to use this exterior water outlet here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this T off of here and put a new one on, and I'll put this back together like this, but this piece will come up and then down into the top of my water heater. The hot and the cold go into the top and the bottom on this particular water heater. So I'm going to cut this here, here, and here. Probably have a little bit of water leaking out when I cut these. Paper towel time. This RV is skirted, and it's kind of a pain to go down there and open the low point drains up. They've got a lot of stuff stored under there too. I've been under there, and it's not easy to get around under this RV. I really don't like using this hose line in plumbings. I mean, this isn't even plumbing here. This is a hose. So wherever I can, I'm going to replace this stuff. I'm going to jump from here up to the sink faucet with actual PEX. And I'm also going to do the same thing from here up to the water heater, or from here to the water heater. I actually asked if I could replumb the entire RV, but I didn't really want to spend that kind of money. It would have been a pain too. I'd have to take off the underbelly. Hook this straight to the sink. All right, I just want to give you guys a little update here. Things have changed a lot. As you can see, this is not the water heater that I showed in the introduction of this video. We plumbed that water heater in and turned the thermostat all the way up, and the indicator light was not indicating anything. So I checked for amp draw at the panel, and it wasn't pulling any amp, so that water heater has been removed. And the RV owner, my customer here, went and picked up this Stiebel Eltron water heater. It's still a 4-gallon water heater. It still plugs into this outlet that we installed over here. But I did have to change up my plumbing, you know, because the height was different, the width was different, and I'm just kind of showing you what the final product looks like here. And there it is. We are going to add a catch pan for this water underneath this water heater, and then we're going to ventilate that pressure relief valve straight down into the pan. I've got a GFCI here too, so if any water splatters around, that should trip off and disconnect power to the water heater. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.